if you ever played in Haddonfield, there is a high chance you entered Michael Myers' house and went upstairs. However, one door seems to be blocked for some reason. Did you know that this door was open in the PTB and you could enter the bathroom? There are plenty more examples of map features that were completely removed from the game. In this video, we're going to see most of them and also an explanation as to why they were removed in the first place. Haddonfield Bathroom. So let's talk about the bathroom in Haddonfield. There is no clear explanation why this room was blocked from the live game. However, we can make a theory about it being removed because of it being a dead end, which could be very frustrating for new players. However, a funny side effect from this removal was that Behavior forgot to also remove a totem spawn in the room, meaning that when the map was released, some killers had unbreakable hex totems in that room that survivors had no counter for. Imagine if you got Devour Hope to spawn in that room. Ormond Orange Truck. This might be one of the weirdest removals in the game. Back when the Ormond Mount Resort map was released as part of the Legion's DLC, this map had a possible loop structure that resembles an orange truck or snow plowing vehicle that was very similar to the car crane in Auto Haven. This was a basic loop with a pallet and a vault on one side. However, somewhere in some patch after, this loop was completely removed from the game with no trace whatsoever or any mention in the patch notes. To this day, nobody has an explanation as to why this was removed. Some people theorize that this was the cause of the constant crashes that happened when this map was released. It might even be a beta remnant that was accidentally left in the live game, only to be removed later. This Noob Tree video is the only one I could find that showcases how the loop looked like in pure gameplay, and to be fair, it does look broken. Neon signs in Grim Pantry. This is one of the oldest removed map features in the game. Grim Pantry used to be named Dead Lake in the beta of the game, and instead of being the place where cannibals used to eat humans, it was a bait shop. This bait shop had neon signs that were very colorful and distinct from the entirety of the map, to the point it didn't even fit in the map at all. These neon signs were also a part of the concept art for the bait shop, which ended up being Dead Lake and later Grim Pantry as we know it today. However, a funny detail of the Grim Pantry was the removal of the red neon sign on the pantry itself. As you can still see it to this day, the signpost where the red sign was supposed to go only empty, which makes this weird empty square box in the preview image of the map. This signpost is removed from the game, so it's only visible in the preview picture. Village. And since we're talking about the swamp map, how about the entirely removed map called Village from the Backwater Swamp realm? This map was part of the beta of the game, however it was completely untextured and far from finished, but later with the official release of the game, this map was in the game files for a long time with an almost complete village and blood willow tree. However, it was later removed and to this day we didn't get this map back. There is only one picture of the concept art about this map that is very hard to find on the internet. I talked about this topic in my crawler video, so if you're interested to know more, please check that video after you finish watching this one. Different realm color in Yamaoka Estate. This one really made me mad because I really liked the color that was shown first. Back when the first ever The Realm Beyond updates came out in the 4th anniversary of DBD, Behavior announced the visual reworks of various old maps in the game, starting with Batham Preschool and Yamaoka Estate. However, when Yamaoka Estate was shown, the sky and the overall feel of the map was blue instead of the dark red color that we have in the end result. This color gave Yamaoka a more ghostly, haunted atmosphere, and I really enjoyed it and I was hyped to see it. Again, nobody really knows why this was changed, but it is possible that atmosphere did not fit Yamaoka Estate according to the devs, and instead they kept the original colors of it for the rework. Lery's Chinese inspiration. You probably know that the doctor was originally Chinese, as he is based on a real-life Chinese doctor. Since he was supposed to be this way, his lore was completely different, and instead of being a CIA agent and a CIA building, Lery's Memorial Institute was a Chinese hospital that had text and architecture based in China. The only evidence we have of that is a teaser that the developers gave in one of their live streams showing the map before its release. Sadly, we most likely will never see the entirety of the map in its original Chinese form, so it's kinda sad. What do you think? Would you have preferred the doctor to be Chinese? Or do you like the CIA agent we have now? Weird 3. So a lot of survivors and killers hate the Shelter Woods map because of how odd it is. Instead of having a main building, Shelter Woods is the only map in the game where the only building is the shack, as the main point of interest of this map is the weird tree that is in the middle of the map, which looks like a bigger tree. However, concept art of this map shows otherwise, and we were supposed to get a tree that looked like a haunted human and way cooler and creepier this way. However, again, this was removed from the game for some reason, and we can all agree that this map is one of the most boring maps in the game. But that's not all. Something that I find really curious is how this tree was not a point of interest in the past, but a simple spawnable loop that could happen in any Macmillan map, as you can see in this developer diary released on the 21st of April, where we can see the same tree from Shelter Woods in the Ironworks of Misery map. This just confirms that Shelter Woods is in fact one of the most boring maps in the game, but maybe that's its charm, just like Rotten Fields map for Coldwind. Shack in Haddonfield. Going back to Haddonfield and its removed features, I'm going to show you something that you probably did not know at all. The Killer Shack, one of the most iconic structures in the game by far, was supposed to be a part of the Haddonfield map, as you can see in the chapter spotlight video to this day that showcases the shack, which was supposed to spawn in one of the gardens of the map. It is pretty obvious why this was removed from the map, as it looks extremely out of place, and even possibly it was a petition from the Halloween license holders to remove that ugly building from the iconic Haddonfield. In fact, out of all the maps in the game, Haddonfield is the only one that is not an indoor map that has no Killer Shack structure on it, as even Batham Preschool has one. Dogs in the suburbs. This is by far one of the most obscure and hidden secrets I have ever revealed in any of my videos, and possibly one of the most obscure facts in my whole channel. Something that Behavior has tried many times is to have animals in Dead by Daylight, animals with the power of distracting the killer in some way or alerting them of a survivor's presence. As of now, only 2 maps have an animal interaction, these being the swamp maps that have a crow bomb in their main building. However, something that I remember very well, and it's a completely forgotten topic, is how dogs were supposed to be a part of the game, more specifically in Haddonfield. Behavior said in one of their developer livestreams that dogs were going to be a part of the new map, and they would be barking at survivors, alerting the killer of your presence. This was, according to them, the first interactable map element that was going to be a part of the game in the long run. However, when the Halloween chapter was released, these dogs were nowhere to be seen. In fact, there are no files whatsoever that showcase the model of these dogs or any code remnant of them. In fact, the only evidence we have of this is this random interview made in October 25th, 2016, before the DLC was released, which has less than 500 views, and in this interview, Mcote makes this comment.
We're building a very...
I think they're playing the game. I think
that could be.
I hope so.
There are actually dogs in the suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
But that's something else. But that's it.
What was your favorite removed feature from this video? If you enjoyed, consider subscribing to my channel. There are 3 other videos talking about removed content in the game, so if you are interested, why not check them out? Thank you for watching and have a nice day.